My name is Terry, and I'm going to talk to you about personal and business credit. If you are dealing with anybody who's telling you to build business credit and it does not matter what your personal credit is, they lying. I'm going to say it just like that. Do not believe it. And more importantly, what I want you to understand is it's your financial integrity. We're going to be like, I like to joke around, you're going to learn, but I'm serious about this too. Raise your hand if you know somebody on social media that is a credit specialist. Child, I bind it up. That's the devil. Listen, like we have people that were doing nails 6 months ago, and now they're a credit specialist. So what I want to say to you guys is that part of the problem, the reason why people don't have results, is that you're getting information from people who do not have the knowledge, skills, or experience to actually guide you. So the goal is for you to actually learn for yourself so you can do it. Don't pay anybody to repair your credit or to build business credit. Pay for education, training, and knowledge so you will have that in the long term. And so that's why when I teach you, I want you to be thinking about not I want an 800 credit score, not I want a 700 credit score. Credit is not the goal. Credit is the vehicle to get you to your goal. The good credit will help you buy the property, build the business, retire your spouse, pay for your parents' house, right? Go on international trips. I want to give you action items. First goal, everybody should have a 700 credit score in all three bureaus, period. And especially if you're a business owner or entrepreneur or investor, because you know how it can save a project being able to go to, look, Chase, I need a credit limit increase. I need a business line of credit. I need a cash out refinance. I need to get a Home Depot card for some fixtures, some appliances. It can save your whole entire project. So 700 and above credit scores. And guys, what does it say? 6 to 12 months. Some of y'all, I'm going to look away. I'm going to look down. Some of y'all been paying, I can say the name, y'all been paying Lexington Law $100 a month for 3 years. Still got a 600 credit score. But that was your down payment. Come on, somebody. I bind up paying somebody month after month after month after month. You don't know what they're doing. You're not seeing results. And even if they do get some things removed, that doesn't mean you qualify for a mortgage. Doesn't mean you qualify for business credit. Nobody in here, I don't care what your score is, should be working on their credit personal for more than 6 to 12 months. So I want you guys to take a look at this too, because some people, I'm like, what's your credit score? They're like, girl, I got good credit. I'm like, yes, let's go. We're going to go right into business credit, right? I'm like, what's your score? They're like 620. I'm like, Right? So I want you guys to look at the range, right? Look at the range. That's why I said everybody start with getting to at least a 700 and above. Why? You'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And I really, really mean that. It's part of your, like, if we're in here legacy building and we're in here looking at generational wealth and having multiple streams of income, it is going to be critical to you looking good on paper. Sometimes business owners, look, partnerships, they'll even look at your credit, right? So 700 and above, but this 650 to 699 range for some lenders, that's not even good credit to them. For look, she was like, yep. For some creditors, if you're 700 and under, that's not good. So I want you to understand what it really looks like. And the last thing I'll say right here is post-COVID. Y'all pay attention to the time frame that we're in, right? The lending guidelines have changed. Lenders are looking to assess the risk in lending to you. So they're a little bit tight right now. They lost some money. They tight. So that means that now in the time frame that we're in building wealth, it's critical now more than ever to look and have that 700 and above. So I want you to make it real. I want you to put it into a SMART goal statement. This is an action item, right? I want you to have at least 2 for your personal credit and 2 for your business credit, right? And when I say, I need a 6, people will come to me, I'll say, what's your goal? Okay, I want to buy a house. I'm like, great, that's not a goal. They're like, I told you. I want to buy a house, right? Ma'am, I'm like, that's not a goal. I need you to say, I need a 640 credit score, 3.5% down, 2 months bank statements, 2 years taxes, and I want to have my down payment money by, December 1st. I want to have my mortgage pre-approval by December 15th, right? When you say it like that, what is the date? What is the date? What is the date? What is the date? Hold yourself accountable. So have an action item for your personal credit, right? I need a 640 credit score and the actual date. And let's say you actually need some business credit. You're building up something on the side, and you want to have that. You want to use that income for help your lifestyle. To be honest with you, all right. Well, how much do you need? I need $25,000 in business credit to put a car on Turo that's going to generate $3,000 a month. I'm going to pay that car off first, put the money on principal. Come on, somebody. Right, and save myself thousands, and then once I pay that business credit off, then it's going to keep on doing what? Generating income, because you use an extra $3,000 a month. Oh, somebody, y'all go, maybe start preaching in here. Could you use an extra Right? Come on. I don't care what level you're at. We could all use an extra $3,000. I could use an extra $3,000 a month, right? And so the reason why this is important too, and I love real estate, I love Better Than Success, I love all the partners here. It's why I'm thankful. Let me just first say thank you for guys having me here. Is that sometimes you need to get some more income, liquid capital to do your flip, to invest in real estate, because you don't want to be over leveraged. So you want to do that flip, make sure you get this something income producing for a good 6 to 12 months, have that money in the bank and have your credit, and now you're really able to invest and be wise, not make decisions out of desperation. If something goes off, y'all remember when the cost of lumber changed and it made everybody's project go over budget? Well, now you got $20,000 liquid, and you're not damaging, you're not putting your current house into risk. Does that make sense, guys? So amount, a date, and what you're going to use the credit for. Next slide. All right, so real quick. The reason why I'm like this, like, God, why do you make me like this about credit? The reason why I'm like this is that I bought my first house at the age of 21 when I only made $14 an hour. Look, come on, somebody. Look, thank you, sir. Look, you want to come over, listen, right? My first house, guys. And wasn't it a mansion? This is a picture of the house. I tell people, when I found the picture of my first house online, I cried. I promise you I cried. It was a 3-bedroom row home in Upper Darby. Was it a mansion? It wasn't no 5-bedroom house in Villanova. It wasn't anywhere in Radnor, right? But I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment for $475 a month. Apartment in University City. And baby, I'm in my 40s. So University City is not what it was today, right? And I was able to get a mortgage. My mortgage, taxes, and insurance were $525. My mortgage, taxes, and insurance ain't nothing but the enemy. My mortgage, taxes, and insurance were $525. And I had an apartment, it was $475. So my point to you guys is that looking good on paper can not only change your life, but real estate is still one of the #1 ways not only to build wealth, but to transfer wealth. It's still, nobody says you have to have 30,000 properties. Guys, one property, somebody say one. One property can change your whole situation, like real talk. Okay, so next slide. Sometimes I drive past that house. I'm like, who is this stalker on the block? I said, I needed to keep me humble. All right, so guys, what's your credit score? Somebody shout it out. I love y'all. Y'all actually did it. That was rhetorical. And most people be like, I'm not doing that. Like, what's your credit score? But guys, this is an action item, right? Especially for leaders, especially for wealth builders, especially for people who are breaking generational cycles of poverty. What is your credit score? Know what that is right now. And I bind up anybody using Credit Karma. Oh, y'all wear me out with that, right? He nodded, right? So step #1, guys, know your credit score now. Pull action item. Go to my FICO, go to annualcreditreport.com, go to Credit Check Total. I have some slides of that. And pull your reports from all 3 bureaus right now. Why? If you really want to be a success and be a leader, it's like a GPS. Where are you at right now? Where do you want to go? And you put together a plan. But if you have no idea where you're at right now, how are you going to put together an effective plan or a time frame? So do it now, and don't find out your credit score when you apply for the loan. Some of y'all like, I want a loan, my credit decent. Look, that's how I can tell my age. My credit decent. You go to the bank, they like, yeah, not today, sir. Not today, ma'am. Right? Check your reports in advance, because honestly, 85% of credit reports actually have a real error. Forget all the nonsense you see online. A lot of times there may actually be something that you paid off that isn't showing paid, something that is closed is not showing closed, unauthorized inquiries. During this cyber time, unauthorized things, fraud, you'd be surprised. So action item #1, pull your report from all 3 bureaus. Do not use Credit Karma. Do not use Credit Sesame. I'm going to say don't even use Identity IQ. My FICO, Credit Check Total. Why? Because those are FICO credit scores. And you want to always know what the score is that the banks actually use, right? Credit Karma done told you a 780. You don't want the Chase. I'm going to stay over there. You don't want the Chase. Chase said you a 525. You said now you're mad at Credit Karma. All right, next slide.
Can I ask a quick question on that?
You sure can.
So My FICO was the one website?
Yep. Look, come on, somebody. I came prepared. But My FICO and Credit Check Total, they will give you FICO credit scores. My FICO is a little bit more expensive. Credit Check Total, you guys can literally pay $1 and get a trial and get a copy from all 3 bureaus. When I tell people, like, I'm real, okay? Listen, get the free trial, pay $1, download your reports on your laptop from all 3, in 2 days cancel the trial. Look, done and done. Somebody say $1, okay? And then annualcreditreport.com. Guys, this is the only site authorized by the Federal Trade Commission to give you copies of your reports from all 3 bureaus. It will be free, but it will not have a score. Thank you. I'm okay with that. That's the report that I actually use if I'm doing like disputes and things of that nature. I'm going to give you a top 10 for personal credit and a top 10 for business credit. Next slide. So I put the actual, come on, somebody, I prepared for y'all. I prepared for y'all. I put the actual screenshot of what the websites look like. Adults are visual, right? Especially because if you go to Google and put in annualcreditreport.com, a bunch of other websites will come up, right? So it will look like this. This is annualcreditreport.com. Next slide. This is Credit Check Total, where you can get a copy for $1 from all 3 bureaus, and it will have your score. And this one actually, guys, is really user-friendly. Like if you're not really familiar with credit, you can actually read the report, and then you can actually figure out what it's actually saying. Tip, nugget. So when I do my YouTubes, I always say nuggets. So y'all about to get these nuggets today, okay? Nugget. Don't just look at your score. Your score is a reflection of what's on your report. Start to look at your actual accounts. You can understand if it's accurate or not and what needs to be changed. Does that make sense? All right, next slide. And this is my FICO. Maybe my FICO going to charge you up, but they will give you your scores, though. It's going to be like your mortgage score, your auto score, your walking down the street score, your best friend score. Like, it's going to have 29,000, but it will give you your FICO score. Next slide. All right, and this is one thing. I'm not even sure which site this is from, but most of them, like Credit Check Total, will give you a summary. If you get it and you're kind of like, I don't even know what this says, it will give you a summary saying high utilization, open accounts, hard inquiries. So look at that information so that you know what's wrong with your reports. Now, why am I spending some time here, right? Let me tell you why I'm spending some time right here. If you don't know what's wrong with your reports, you won't know what to do to fix it. You can have a whole bunch of hard inquiries and too many open accounts. Y'all watch a YouTube video, get credit builder accounts. I have a video like that, right? You're like, I need a credit builder account. Well, what's wrong with your report is too many hard inquiries and too many open accounts. You don't need credit builder accounts. You may need to pay down utilization. You may need to do a pay for delete for a collection. You may need to dispute some hard inquiries. So the goal is understand what's wrong with your personal credit so you can understand the remedy to correct it. Does that make sense? Look, yes or yes? I had a speaker say this, and I'll say that now too. All right, next slide. All right, just real estate. Next slide. And the reason why I put this in here, guys, is because I want you to know, and you can actually click through this so they can see the whole list. This is your top 10 for personal credit, your top 10 for personal credit. I'm going to walk you through 10 action items. There's 2 more now, but that's okay. So number 1, pull your reports. I told you where to pull your reports from, right? Number 2, where are you now? What is your score? But also look at how many open revolving, how many open installment, how many inquiries, do you have any collections? As you transition into business credit, and you should, I'm so extra, then you want to make sure that for business credit, you don't have things like open collections, open charge-offs, things of that nature. They're going to look at you a little bit harder, but you can build business credit so much faster, okay? What's the problem? Utilization. Utilization is killing your credit reports. Some of y'all are like, oh my God, I've been disputing these inquiries. You've been disputing inquiries for 6 months. You know you did the inquiry. Not y'all in this room. You know you did the inquiry, right? But your credit cards are maxed out at 70, 80%. Guys, be wise. You can get a huge increase in your personal credit scores just by paying down the utilization on your open revolving credit. So pay attention to what you're even spending your time on. I'm going to say this right here because I feel this. Your most valuable asset is your time, not your money. Your most valuable asset is your time, not your money, right? And so some of you want to buy that house and change your zip code. You spent 6 months on inquiries. You done got a bonus at work, been working overtime. Somebody done paid you back some money. You could have paid down some utilization, got a 700 credit score, and had your mortgage pre-approval by the end of the month. Don't play with me, y'all, right? So utilization, 30% and under is good. 10% and under is better, okay? Especially for my people who have higher credit scores. You're like already like a 680, 670. Some of my people who are even over 800, and you're like, I can't budge. Utilization under 10%. If you really want to be financially literate, I believe in like just paying off your balances in full every single month. Look, come on, somebody, right? Then you won't have that. You'll beat the interest, And your reports are always, mine are always at like about 2 to 6% because they report at different times, they update. But I'm still using them and leveraging them because I'm getting what? Reward points, cash back. That's a whole other conversation for a whole other day. All right, credit builder accounts, this is only if you actually like have no credit at all, have damaged credit, you have valid late payments. Guys, I joke around, but some people really have bad credit because of a layoff, because of a death, because of cutbacks, right? Like real things happen. What I've understood is that people generally don't have $10 million in the bank, they just have bad credit. Usually something happens and the bad credit is a result of it, okay? So the credit builder accounts, I'm gonna say one other thing. Our teens, your youth, guys, they can get these credit builder accounts and start building credit now. Some of them can be your partner. Some of them can house hack. I just said I bought my first house at 21. So please please understand this information isn't just for you. Think about your sons, your daughters, your nephews, your nieces, your godchildren, because some of them can get some credit builder accounts right now and have their first house at the age of 21 also. But somebody say first. I might make y'all stand up. All right, hold on. Next slide. And do a personal. So if you're doing disputes, a personal sweep. At the end of this, guys, I'm going to have 2 free ebooks for you, how to build business credit and how to get an 800 credit score. So some of these things, for the sake of time, I want to get through everything and allow time for questions. But if you're like, I actually need to do disputes, like how do I do that? Then I'm going to give you guys 2 free ebooks, okay? Next slide. Oh, why the enemy doing me like that today? Okay, so what I will say is this. This is the other thing I want to talk about. Having bad credit is expensive. Having bad credit is expensive. I had to say that one loud. I had to put a little, like my throat's been sore, I had to put a little bass in my voice with that one. Sometimes we think about just what we can buy, but please understand that if you're paycheck to paycheck, if money is an issue, a lot of people don't even have a credit issue, they have an income issue for real, right? Too many bills and not enough income. Just by having good credit, guys, look at the numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? So look at this, a mortgage, a car, credit card debt. With good credit, you're paying about $1,800 a month. $1,800 a month. Bad credit, same house, same car, same $10,000. Y'all didn't listen to me. Y'all went to Nordstrom's, y'all went on a girl trip, listen, right? Y'all went everywhere where you were supposed to go. $3,000 a month. Over $3,000 a month. That's because of fees, rates, all of those things. For the same house, the same car, the same credit cards. So understand that, what did I say? That's a difference of $1,100. Because you use an extra $1,100 a month? Even your auto insurance rates. Child, I'm about to be like a Geico commercial. I saved $863. Next slide. I really did, though, by changing the amount of miles on one of my cars. I really did. I was like, well, she would have been told me that. The reason why I put this here, and actually, I believe this young man over here was in Better Than Success, but he was 22 years old when he bought his very first duplex with one of the realtors that's associated with Better Than Success. Let me tell you something. 22 years old, his first duplex. The reason why I want you guys to see faces is because it's real. I want you to see real faces because it's real. Again, don't think about credit. Think about changing my zip code, better school district, my kids not having to dodge bullets going to the corner store, right? Come on, somebody, not having high insurance rates because my zip code is crazy. Look, somebody say that part. That part. Next slide. All right, so I'm super big on SMART goals. So at this point, what are your action items, right? Creating a SMART goal for your personal credit, making a plan, working the plan, and pulling your FICO scores from all 3 bureaus, and then do the work and pull again in 60 to 90 days. Why? Your credit is not real time, so it's going to take time for it to update if you pay things down, you do deletions, all of those things. Next slide. 95% of businesses fail first 5 years, and one of the biggest reasons is lack of capital. So many of you guys have a gift. So many of you guys have a gift. And you start doing that thing, but if you had a little bit of money to have a marketing assistant, if you had a little bit of money to have some funnels, if you had a little bit of money to have a studio, if you had a little bit of money to have, put the car on tour, if you had a little bit of money to have a babysitter so you could spend more time, come on somebody, using your gift, your entire situation would change. So that's one reason why I'm huge on business credit. Next slide, you don't have to be a self-employed entrepreneur. You don't have to have 20, 30, 40 something employees. Everything you do is an actual business. That's why I put this here. What's a business? You're incorporated. Period. You incorporated. You're doing your friend's makeup every single weekend, incorporate it. I do makeup.com, LLC, right? And then your website, idomakeup.com. Seriously, because some of you guys are doing something on the side. I very rarely meet somebody that you do absolutely nothing. Well, I'm a project manager, but I love to write. I am a teacher, but I do the bake sale at church. Incorporate that thing and build business credit. Because for the IRS, look, disclaimer, I'm not a tax professional, not a lawyer, like, don't come for me. You know, but,
We have one coming later.
oh, listen, we have one coming later. There you go. But the IRS, like, the definition is literally you used to have the intent to make money. So incorporating is going to make you a legitimate business. How big you grow, it is up to you, and our God is big. Come on, somebody, but you just got to get started. Faith without work is dead. Next slide. And so this is for the business credit. I wanted to give you guys some examples. But look at this, $50,000 in business credit. I put a date in here for renovations for my duplex. Sometimes it's not even the mortgage pre-approval. Sometimes it's not even the hard loan. Some of y'all need the money to finish the renovations. Some of y'all want to do Airbnb and you need money to get the furnishings. You'd be surprised. I have one of my business coaches. She did her very first flip. No, y'all know them contractor estimates. Boy, that's another day. That's not I ain't going to talk about it, okay? But the numbers were off drastically, and she was at risk of not being able to finish her first flip. But she had listened. She was building up business credit. She had Lowe's and Home Depot business retail cards. She was able to put the appliances, I think it was the security system, the paint, and also all the cabinets for both properties on her Home Depot and Lowe's card. Saved the entire project. What is that, guys? Leverage. What is that? Leverage, leverage, leverage. So while you're on this journey, think about getting in position for success in advance. Get in position for success in advance. Next slide. All right, so this is another thing. Some of y'all, listen, this is the slide you want to take a picture of. I'm going to tell you why. People come to me and they're like, I want business credit. I want business credit. I'm like, great. What do you need and what do you need it for? I want business credit. What do you need? How much do you need and what do you need it for? Why? Business credit is such a loose term. Do you need business credit cards? Do you need a business loan? Do you need equipment financing? For some of you guys that are doing trucks and doing things like Toro, doing things even like Lyft, business credit is sometimes equipment financing to get a truck. Some equipment financing goes up to $250,000. Y'all, listen, y'all want small money or big money? Listen, I'm trying to make sure I'm in the right room. You want small money or big money? Listen, 401k financing, fleet cards. For some people, some of the fleet cards are tier 1, and I'll talk about that. But guys, how much would it help you to just be able to use your business credit for fleet cards for gas? Y'all remember when gas prices went up? Yes. Would you like to have swiped your business card? Yes. Look, come on, somebody. So this is why, and microloans. Microloans are $50,000 and under. Why? The limits for business credit are so much bigger. $20,000, $10,000, $15,000 is small money to them. They call the micro loan $50,000 and under. Y'all, I don't play. $50,000 will change some people's lives, especially when you're in a room like this with people that will tell you how to grow it. I didn't say how to spend it. I said how to grow it. Will change your whole life. All right, next slide. Oh, there's even business mortgages. There's a lot, y'all. There's levels to this. I gave you guys some examples right here. This is a busy slide. Look, I tried, y'all. Some slides busy, some slides aren't. But you might want to take a picture of this too. I'm giving you guys some examples of things that you guys can do with different kinds of business credit. Why? You hear people talk about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, all these different things. And you're not building wealth with a Granger account. Like, we're going to be real. Like, I don't play, right? But you can get good business credit and use it for things to build your business while you're continuing to grow, right? So there are things you can do. Like for me, my Granger account, I had that for a long, long time. When COVID happened, guess what I had cases of? Lysol, hand sanitizer, and soap. Y'all remember when y'all couldn't even order them? Look, this is real talk, y'all. Y'all remember when consumers couldn't even order them? Guess what came to my house in bulk? Because I'm a business owner and I use my business account. Now, what I should have did, well, y'all lucky I'm saved. Y'all lucky I'm saved. Because what I should have did is sold them Lysols for $25,000 a can. But no, but seriously, but we were good. And I ended up giving some to my son's school and to our church, right? But literally, I had cases of it. So that was one way, I can't use tier 1. I can't. The devil is a lie. You don't clean your house? Come on, somebody. Start somewhere. The point of that, crawl before you walk. Start somewhere. Get your business out there. Get approved for credit so you can then build to the bigger money. Next slide. Is this helping somebody? Did you learn something already? Okay, good. This is somebody in my coaching program. Her and her husband now retired themselves, $270,000 worth of business credit, now own a trucking company. In business together, 12 months. Next slide. All right, so this is a top 10 for the business credit. I'm going to run through this, then I'm going to give you guys some examples. How am I on time? I'm good? Yes, no, maybe so?
You got 25.
Okay, good. Look, come on, somebody. All right, so I'm going to get through this, and then I'm going to leave some time at the end for some questions, okay? So incorporate. Oh, my God, incorporate. And I'm just going to say it, and I don't care if you get mad, because they asked me to speak the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Not a sole proprietor. Not for big money. Guys, you guys can go to InkFile. You guys can go to incorporate.com. We have lawyers in the room to just have an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, a non-profit, a corporation. Again, what is the right type of entity for your business is going to be specific to you. I do agree with going with this tax professional. I've had my CPA since 2004, right? Because there's tax implications. But if you really want to build it big, incorporate your business. Some of you guys, this actual service to get it done by an online service that actually does it, they'll do it in sometimes like a month, $500 and under. Go to a lawyer, do it yourself, but incorporate, okay? Get an EIN. Now, why? Even if you have employees or not. Because when you're building business credit, you want the business credit to be with your business name and your business EIN, right? So it's your personal name, personal date of birth, personal social, right? For personal, for business, it's going to be your business name, your EIN, and your DUNS, right? It's like a stamp of approval for lenders to say this is a legitimate business. You're also going to need your EIN for what? What's next? Your business bank account. I bind up Cash App. I bind it up. Listen, I didn't say Cash App. I didn't say Zelle. I didn't say Venmo. Like, those are different ways to kind of get money from people, but have a business bank account. And honestly, higher level nugget, as you're leveraging, you're building relationships with lenders. Y'all, why are we here? We're networking and we're learning, right? Why do we network with each other and we don't network with our lenders? My lender knows my name, like cheers. You know how you walk in the door, like, what's his name? Norm. I walk in the door, Terry. I'm like, hey, y'all, listen. Network with your lenders, right? So you have a business bank account with a lender. Well, you should be able to go back to them and say, can I have a business credit card? What's the qualifications for a line of credit? What about if I want to do a cash out refinance? You'd be surprised how just having that data point in their system is going to put you a little bit further ahead. And the action item, I'll say it right here, is to make an appointment with your small business banker. Y'all, I don't care if you have $0 and 0 cents and you don't have one client. I might like to make it look like, what's your name? Jordan. Hi, Jordan. Listen, I'm a business owner. I would love to make an appointment with you to find out more about your financial products. I have a business bank account with you guys, and I'm looking to grow my brand. When can I meet with you? You're supposed to say right now. No, it's not like But no, guys, I mean, make it at not the teller, not the security guard, because to be honest with you, a lot of them do not know. I'm not going to talk about it, but literally with your business banker, you can make an appointment in person. You would be surprised, especially at regional banks, how much money they have for entrepreneurs and investors that is not on their website. And then they'll tell you, hey, by the way, we have this. I went into one of my banks, and they were like, we have a $150,000 business line of credit. You only need a $650,000. It wasn't nowhere on their website anywhere. You know how many business owners I know that have a 650 credit score? Come on, so make that appointment, have that conversation. You'd be surprised how sometimes even if you apply for something and it's a no, hey, you told me I qualified, I applied for this, I got a no, can you take a look at my application? I've had people get stuff overturned because of building that relationship. So business bank account, build a relationship. Fundability and credibility, I'm going to give you some action items there. Get a DUNS. Guys, your DUNS to your business is like your social security number to you, right? It's like a universal data number that's going to help you with business credit with fintech companies, okay? Divvy and Torpago, these are business corporate cards. I'm not going to deep dive into that heavy today, but what I will say is I'm giving you things that are soft inquiries. Come on, somebody. I'm very big on strategy. So you can build your business credit while not damaging your personal credit. And then those lines, those trade lines showing on your business credit reports will help you qualify for more. But somebody say more. Y'all want more? Y'all said it like more. More. All right, let's say it like you want more, right? And NAV. NAV is where you're going to go to pull your business credit reports, nav.com. Guys, some of you have businesses right now, and you're like, well, I haven't built business credit, but because you have actually been doing business, you may actually have a report. There may actually be information out there on you. So guys, I've had a bunch of people who have a DUNS and have a business credit score right now, and they did absolutely nothing. So action item, for real. Successful people make decisions based on the facts. Find out what's out there for your, I don't care if you had an LLC 3 years ago and you had one client pay you and you ain't touch it since. Pull your NAV reports, pull your DUNS report, okay? And then 5 tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. I'll go through those. One other thing I'll say right here over here for funding, because what's the point of building business credit if you can't get any money? I'm building business credit, I'm building business credit, and then you can't get nothing, right? Understand, I like to make things simple. Credit, cash flow, collateral. There are some lenders that do not care what your credit score is as long as you have cash flow, right? My credit score is 600, but my business cash flow is $15,000 a month. There's other creditors that don't care too much about your cash flow, but they're going to look heavily at your credit scores. A lot of banks, right? All right, well, your personal credit scores need to be a 700 and above. What you can't do is have no personal credit, bad business credit, no cash flow, no revenue, no collateral, and then you're like, Terry, I keep on applying and getting denied. I'm like, would you lend you $50,000? Look, can we be real? You wouldn't lend you. I'm unemployed. I have no clients. I have bad credit. I want $50,000 unsecured. Look, where did they do that at? Look, come on. So I joke about it because when I say it out loud, it makes sense though, doesn't it? So you don't have to be strong everywhere, but be strong somewhere. If you know your business cash flows, get that cash flow up and then say, hey, I need help connecting to a lender that focuses on cash flow and not credit. Hey, my business does not cash flow regularly, but I have awesome credit. Hey, I need a lender that focuses more on credit and not so much on cash flow. I promise you, whatever you need is out there. You just have to know what to ask and where to go to get the money. Show me the money. All right, next slide. This is what NAV looks like, guys. When you go to NAV, you guys can get a free copy of your reports, and there's also a service where you can pay for it, and we'll give you a business trade line. Next slide. Dun & Bradstreet, action item. All of you look up your business first, and then make a business account and make a DUNS if you don't have one. Why? Some of you actually will have a shell file. Sometimes you guys are even getting denied for that. You're putting your business name, your business address, and all this stuff, and then you got a DUNS out there that's your old address, your old phone number, and you out here looking janky. Janky! Look, somebody said the other day, I can't stop saying it. You're out here looking janky, right? And I want you to think about it. I joke around, but if you were looking for a lawyer, you were looking for an accountant, you were looking for a daycare, you were looking, and you Googled them, and 5 different locations and different phone numbers, and things were disconnected, you'd be like, right? Doesn't it make sense when I say it? So for business credit, everything needs to match everywhere. Pull up your DUNS, correct it if it's incorrect, or if you don't have one at all, make a new one. All right, next slide. Is your business a hobby or a business? This is what the lenders are looking at. Lenders want to fund businesses that are thriving and growing, okay? Next slide. I'm going to tell you how to make your business look legitimate. I ran through it already in the 10 steps, but this is to simplify it. Incorporate, EIN, business bank account, DUNS, and good standing. I heard talk about the annual reports. Guys, if you have an LLC, you should be doing an annual report. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Houston, we got a problem. Like, no, I'm playing. Usually whoever your registered agent is can help you with that, but that's why I like services like Incorporate.com and InkFile, because they'll do some of that for you, okay? So sometimes you guys are applying for credit, and then your business is not even showing in good standing. And they're like, denied. And you're like, well, I'm doing everything right. What's the problem? Guys, Google yourself. Look your own self up. Go to the Secretary of State and look up your business and see if it's in good standing. If not, then see what you have to do to get it in good standing. I'm simple. Is it in good standing, yes or no? If it's not in good standing, what do I need to do to get it in good standing? Period. Let's not overcomplicate things. Does that make sense, guys? All right, next slide, and then we're almost done. Is this helping y'all? Yes. All right, and fundability. This is your fundability. Now, this is a checklist. You can take a picture of this. Business address, business address, business address. I'm not fighting with y'all, but I just made a decision that we're going to be friends today, okay? So I always get people, well, I have my home address. I have a P.O. box. I got approved for credit. You may have gotten some credit, but I'm letting you know that a lot of lenders, they don't want to see a P.O. box. They don't want to see a UPS address. They want a commercial. Look, where are we at right now? Commercial address, right? Nicole was wise. Commercial address. So I have a commercial address, but sometimes it does not make sense. I'm a realist that you are doing hair on the side. You don't want to pay $4,000 a month for a commercial, address, right? You can get a virtual address from a good company like Opus, like a Da Vinci, like Regis, not some of these like other ones. I'm just saying like iPostal, where they go to look up your business and it's a fire hydrant somewhere. Like, come on, somebody, right? You're like, why am I getting denied? Your business address is a fire hydrant, okay? So you have a website, have a phone number. Guys, the website is big. The website, I'm going to tell you why. You want to have a professional email. Like if your business is ABC Consulting, your email should be info@ABC Consulting, CEO@ABC Consulting, Mike at ABC Consulting, not ABC Consulting at Yahoo, ABC Consulting at Gmail, ABC Consult. I'm telling you, we said big money, right? You might fly through the crack for some things, but why is it important? Why? Jesus, I want y'all to get this. A domain from GoDaddy is like $9.99. You asking a business to give you $50,000, $100,000, and you didn't believe in your business enough to spend $9.99 for the domain? To have a professional email? Come on, somebody. And those are tax write-offs? Business websites, you can have the business email address, okay? Professional email, social media, some type of social media possibly. Google your business. You can even list your business in LinkedIn and Yelp. Business license if it's applicable. And then a business merchant account. Guys, I like PayPal, Stripe, and Square. Somebody asked me why. Oh my God, I can't believe y'all asked. All right, so because they have business working capital, $10,000 to $250,000. I can't tell you how much Stripe has blessed my whole life. They have sent me Stripe, yes. Yes, it's a payment processor. So mind you, guys, behind the scenes, the whole point of business is to help clients and customers. If you have no way for clients and customers to pay you, how are you a legitimate business? You've been approved for $87,000. Would you like it? I sure would. Right? Because I'm about to quadruple it. Don't play with me. Because I'm about to quadruple. I'm about to put in something that's going to bring me a six-figure return. Right? So I like PayPal, Stripe, and Square because they also have working capital, gets direct deposited into your business bank account. But there's other ones. Sometimes your actual bank will have a merchant account. That's another way to look more fundable to lenders. I think you said I have 5 minutes. All right, let me get through the rest, and we're almost done. We're almost done. Where to get the money, guys? I split it up like this: regional banks, the big national banks, and fintech companies, and the SBA. Yes, the SBA will give you money. Yes, the SBA has great terms. The SBA wants every piece of documentation from the day you ever lived. But if you have it, it's the best. Listen, one thing is getting money. The other thing is the rate. Right? The SBA will be like, we'll give you $100,000, you got to pay it back in 99 years. Like, yes, that payment, $10 a month. Right? I'm joking. I'm being extreme, right? But you have to jump through some loops. I'm going to say something right here. I will jump through the loops then. What else you doing? Cut off the TV, cut off the Netflix. I'm not going out. I need to spend 1 month getting all my documents together for this SBA loan that's about to change my entire life. Let's go. Real talk, right? We have to think about it sometimes that way, even like with grants. Fintech companies I use heavily because I deal with new entrepreneurs and new investors and new people trying to launch or scale their business. Next slide. So fintech companies are alternative lenders. So we're in a real estate league right now, right? So think about hard money lenders are alternative lenders for personal credit for real estate. Fintech companies are alternative and private lenders for business credit. They specialize in funding business owners. Why does that help you? They will fund you faster, give you more money with less documentation. What's the trade-off? I'll be real with you guys. You're going to have a higher interest rate. That's why you put into something income producing. But I had somebody get approved for business credit for a fintech company like $40,000 last week. He was like, I don't like the rate. I said, that's fine. Look, I tell people, because I help people get funded, if it makes sense, go for it and you have a plan. If it doesn't make sense, say no. I said, what are your alternatives? He said, none. Hold on, somebody. So you've been denied everything, everywhere, and then we got you $40,000, but you don't like the rate. You can say no, right? Or you can work that, pay it back fast, build a relationship. The next time the terms are a little bit better. You get your foot in the door and you build, right? So they will have higher rates, but they'll approve you. Next slide. Just real quick, know why you're getting denied? I got denied. Why? I don't know I got denied. Well, I can't help you. Look, I'm 44 now. Like, I don't be having the energy sometimes. I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. But seriously, because sometimes it's as simple as you providing ID to them. You need to verify that you're the business owner. Sometimes it's something so small, and because you never asked, why did I get denied? Can I be reconsidered? Now somebody that would change your situation is unavailable. Know the reason why you were denied so you can fix it and reapply. Next slide. All right, this is just some slides from the fintech companies. I can make sure that I give you a PDF of this if you guys want. Next slide. This is Rock Financial. This is somebody that just funded like about $800,000 for a couple of entrepreneurs for us. Oh, but this is what I want you guys to see. Check all your alternative lenders out. I mean it. And as business owners, your credibility is critical, right? So I do not work with or endorse anybody that I have not done business with myself, or that I can't check them out and make sure that who is their backer, right? Like, for example, Cabbage, their backer is American Express. Well, we all know American Express. You may not know Cabbage, but I know American Express. American Express is a trusted lender, so then I can recommend Cabbage comfortably. Does that make sense, guys? So when you're on their websites, look and see what are their ratings, who's their backer, are they FDIC insured, and all of those things. Because they're not all created equal when you start working with private money and alternative lenders. But the reason why I made my YouTube in 2020 as a free resource for the community for people who could not afford my services, could not afford to invest. Why? When you take away all excuses, that means how bad do you want it? Oh, I want to buy a house, I need credit repair. Okay, well, here's the link to invest in a consulting session or invest in a course. I don't have it. Okay, here's a free video on how to repair your credit and get a mortgage pre-approval. Your only investment is your time. Your only investment is your time. So now I have playlists on business credit, on personal credit, and personal credit scores that you can watch for free. I'll end right here, guys. There's someone depending on your transformation. One thing I've learned on this journey is that, like I said, credit is not the goal, credit is the vehicle, but I do not take business, credit, or financial advice from anybody I would not trade lifestyles with. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Your friend telling you how to run a business and she's not an entrepreneur. You have your friend, your bestie telling you how to be a wife, and they got 9 boyfriends. You got your cousin telling you how to build wealth, and her car just got repoed. Come on, somebody. We got our coworker telling us how to build wealth, and she borrows $20 for lunch from you every week. Y'all, check the source. If I wouldn't trade lifestyles with all due respect, I value your opinion, but I'm taking it with a grain of salt because you don't have the actual result that I desire. Amen?